Good morning, we're here at Walnut Ridge. We're going to go over a Flagstaff. Real quick, we're going to go over the water heater. So, this does have the electric and gas on the water heater. You have your controls inside where you can turn electric or gas on. I would use electric most of the time. If you're at a hookup, you're not paying for electric, you're paying for gas. Unless you're going to do back-to-back showers, then I would do LP and gas. You do have an anode rod on here. It is also your plug. On the back of it, it's kind of like it attracts all the minerals and chemicals that's in well water because it's a steel tank. And as soon as you start smelling sulfur smell when you run the hot water, it's time to replace it. Right before you go to remove it, make sure you pull this up until all the water's flowed out. The way all the pressure's turned off. Make sure your water's turned off. Then you can close it, and then you can open it. And then when you go to put it back in, open it up. Go turn the water on, let it run until water's spitting out of it, and then close it. All you're doing is letting the pressure off so it doesn't pop out at you, or when it's filling, it don't pop the tank. If you do have a problem with the gas and electric and you know they're on, there are these two resets. I do recommend mud dauber screens because you'll get, with this being on this side of the coach, you're going to get hornets, bees, mud daubers, wasps. You're going to end up getting stung, I guarantee it. So it's nice to have it on there. You do have a little rinse station here. You got a little blue hose probably in your compartment up front. You got hot and cold. You're at the beach, you're at the creek. You got your dogs with you and want to wash them off. Nice little feature to have. You got your pull-out grill with wind blockers and everything. It's really nice. Worst part about it is you got this LP line that's just like an air hose. Hooks in right below us into a valve. Looks just like an air chuck. Only difference is on the side of it, it's got a valve you twist and put it in line, and that turns your gas on. So that way you can use your LP. Yeah, here's your hose for your outside shower. And then your fridge, so the colder, the higher the number in here that's got numbers 1 through 7, higher the number, colder it's gonna be. It runs 110 only, so this is 110 only. The more you're getting into it, the more you're going to want to turn the numbers up. I do recommend for your furnace also mud dauber screens, so you don't have any problems with those. A secondary LP disconnect in case you want. These come with, I think, the griddle. It goes right here with your prep table. So you got your griddle and your grill. 110 out here. Little satellite or antenna hookup if you want to put your TV out here. Inside, lift up, bring it out here, slide it down. Plug in here. If this plug-in trips for whatever reason, there's GFI inside on your bathroom. Actually, it's right here by the kitchen sink. You just push reset that, you're ready to go. You do have a tool. It's probably in your storage compartment. That way you can manually run the slide in. It's a bar slide, so it has two tubes that have square tubes that have teeth along the bottom. Whenever you run that slide in and out and start to hear squeakiness, spray it with some kind of dry lube, slide saver, something that just don't use grease. Grease, you get rocks in there, you get teeth torn up. But that's only if you hear any scraping when you're moving them in and out. Whenever you do move your slide in and out, make sure you have the door open so as it's coming in, all that air has somewhere to go. Doesn't go to a window, cause a leak. But yeah, it's just a 3/4 inch socket on the end of a bar. You can twist it and manually bring that slide in. Your leveling system. So when you get campground, you're gonna do all your leveling with your tires, side to side, front to back with your front jack, chalks, blocks, whatever you gotta do to bring your tires up. Once you get everything level, you can run your stab jacks down, and then you can run your steps down. These are solid steps. They're great to have to pull them out. Simply pull on it to put them in. There's a little clip on the back. Just slide them up and down. What you want to do is when you put this step down, there's a threshold there. See how it's got that huge gap? So when you bring your door in with that big old gap, you're gonna catch your door right here. See how it's almost getting ready to catch it? And it's gonna bend that out. And then when your door goes to shut, you're gonna push it out here. So you wanna bring these in a couple Just make it sit on that threshold nice and smooth. Like that right there. So that way there's not that big gap. You don't want this, that way you can close the door and it's nice and smooth. You got your vent for your kitchen sink, instead of it running out the roof, runs out right here. That's just so pressure wise. Awning, heavy winds, heavy rains, going to bed at night, leaving for the day. It's push button, go ahead and bring it in. On this particular model, when it's fully extended, all you gotta do is come over and grab the bar inside, and bring your tilt this way, tilt that way, or more shade. But if you do put them up wet, try to, within a couple weeks, try to get it out, get it dried, so it don't mildew and mold on you. Outside speakers on this unit. Head on in. So this does have a motion on the panel. So as soon as you walk by, it's got a little sensor and it's going to light up. You've got your fresh tank. That'd be taking water with you. When after you got 1/3, 2/3 full. When you're ready to use that, you turn your pump on. And when you go to a spigot, that's when it'll kick the pump on. Your black tank, 1/3, 2/3 full, just your toilet. And then grade 1 and grade 2, you have to figure out, one's going to be your kitchen sink, most likely. Grade 1's your kitchen sink, grade 2 is probably your bathroom, shower and bathroom sink. May not be though, you have to figure it out as you're filling. Awning lights and LED strip goes across the front there on your awning. Steps, just a little white light down here to help you at night getting up and down them. Interior, bedroom, and then Bluetooth connect. So that way anything on here you can do from your phone. It's one control, you can scan right here and get you the app. That way if say you're by yourself and you're wanting to run that awning or slide out and there's a tree near you or your tight fittings, you can be outside and run your awning or your slide out without hitting anything. You'll be able to see everything from here. You just turn that Bluetooth on, like I said, and get the app. Booster for Wi-Fi, so if campground offers Wi-Fi, you can boost the Wi-Fi. Electric and gas for your water heater. If you turn the gas on, there's a little, it says DSI fault underneath here. If it lights up, either you didn't turn LP on or you didn't have, you ran out of LP. And then the water pump, and then tank heaters are just pads underneath the tank for when it's cold out to help them to not freeze. And then awning, retract and extend. And then you got your in and out on the slide. Another thing on the slide, since we're talking about it, you do have rubber seals that go around it. This has got a slide topper on it, so top I would just spray in a couple feet, but some kind of UV rubber protectant. That way those seals don't dry rot and crack, and it also helps them when they're going in and out. GFI for your outside plug-in, and a couple of your inside plug-ins, so if they're not working, you can go to that. The stove, don't have gas on this one, but basically push in, turn over, always go clockwise with the igniter. Counterclockwise, you're gonna break that thing. The oven, all you do on it, push in, turn over till it stops, and then click. There's a thermocoupler back there you can see. You point the screen at, you can see the sparks. Click on that until you see the pilot light light up, then you can let go and turn it over to your temperature. From when you do get this in, we test them, make sure they light, but we do not burn all that acrylic off. So burn all that acrylic off and make sure these are cooled off before you lay the glass down. Vent, fan, light, regular microwave, standard microwave. This one does have a lock on it, so your glass tray will stay in transit. If you can still store it in case you feel uncomfortable about that. Turn the inverter on. So let's say you're going on a long trip, you want to come in here, you got the 12-volt refrigerator, plug in a fan, make coffee, whatever you want to do. You can turn this on. Now the green light comes on, now your inverter's on. If we were unplugged from the wall, your outlets that are marked, you can use off of that inverter, off your 12-volt. And then pop-up lights with Type-C and USB, or pop-up plug-ins, Type-C, USB, and 110. And LP and carbon monoxide detectors on the floor here. It is hardwired, so it's 12 volt into the fuse panel. So if it starts going off every 1 to 3 seconds, it's time to replace it. You can pull the 1 amp fuse, go cut the wires on the back, get your new one, hook it in. Get in the habit of checking your smoky and your fire extinguisher. Make sure they're all good to go. It's got your 12 volt TV that also is your radio. So you got 2 zones. If you're watching TV, I would always recommend turn zone 2 off. That way, whatever you're watching, you're not playing outside. So your 110s, just like your breakers at home. If any of these trip, you'll come in here and reset them. If any of these trip over here, a red light beside them will let you know it's burnt out. It's time to replace it. And then you have 2 40 amp fuses that control your converter. Converter changes 110 to 12 volt. So if you plugged in the wall and you come in here and your lights are dim, start by changing these 40 amp fuses. And then you got your 12 volt refrigerator. Has cold, colder, and coldest. I'd always start at cold, and then you can go colder if you want. This unit does have the TPS sensors, so makes it nice. Freezer has its all settings come from the fridge, so you can adjust that all down here. And it does, so if we went and unplugged from the wall, it's going to switch and start pulling from the battery. You do have a solar panel up here on top, so if it's sunny out, it's going to be charging your battery. If you're hooked up to your truck and you're traveling down the road, that's going to be charging your battery, so you can leave your fridge on. Little fireplace here. You can do different temperatures, different lights, timer. And it does put off some nice flames, so 40-degree night and you're not wanting to waste your LP, you can send it through the 110 on the fireplace. The air conditioner, it does have 2 filters. I recommend once a month probably be a good idea. Pull it down, rinse it off under water, throw it out in the sun, let it dry, put it back in. Better flow for your air conditioner, the cooler it's going to get inside your coach. And it does have quick cool, or you can send it through all the other ones. Get in the habit, if you buy this particular model, any model if you buy that has the glass doors, get in the habit of locking those glass doors so they don't open and break on you. Light switch, it's got the max air fan, which is nice to have. And then your thermostat for your AC and heat is all right here. You can switch that to digital, more efficient, but that's up to you. And this is just information panel for if you're boondocking. Kind of tells you your volts. I go by volts. You can switch to amps. You can do whatever you want, but just pretty much information. And then you got 110 USB and Type-C on both sides of the bed. You got the light switch on that side to turn off the lights. And you got all kinds of storage underneath the bed. And there's your griddle that goes outside. And then your fold-up table for the couch. And does have where you can do a 12 volt or 110 TV, up to you. On this unit, that's pretty much it. Thanks, guys.